can. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you already did a good job. I know Ines saved Bart yesterday or the day before that. So it's always good to have some people that are in their heads and focused on the right things. I'm focused on this task, so thanks. Okay, where was I? If you're in your head this much, like what happens is when your head is full, it's not easy to get out of your head and to get into your body and really feel it. What normally happens is you feel this stream going up in the stream of thoughts and taking you upwards somewhere where your body is not. And I think actually that we spend a lot of time during the day and even in the night in our heads. And it is really nice to have something really easy to make that transition and come into your body. So that's the short version of what I started to talk about. And why I designed this, I didn't design the exercises, they're already there. Like I think that when you practice yoga, you will recognize the breathing and the movements. It's just what I designed was suitable for me back then because I had a really bad injury. I couldn't move my head, and I could especially not carry the head on my shoulders and the weight of my head on my neck. So I had to be really careful, and careful, I mean, I had to move slowly. And by moving slowly, I started breathing better. And by breathing better, I could move more. There was more space. And so I ended up in this 1.5 years of practicing and really noticing what happened and how I got better, which is a gift in itself. And I never forget that. And I always go back to this sequence. And whenever I feel like totally in my head and not in my body, I do the same. And the nice thing about this sequence is that you can easily adjust it to where you are now and how your body reacts to it. And I would suggest that you adjust it, because I will make movements and I do breathing. I'm used to it. And maybe I go too fast. Maybe I go too rigorous. Maybe the breathing is too brisk. I'm just setting an example, a framework where you can adjust it to your own pace. It has to be comfortable. Like when you're really uncomfortable, you're not doing good yoga. Okay? Good yoga is always in the zone of being comfortable and then finding how much space is there for your experience. How much space is there to be comfortable, and where does it become uncomfortable? So you go back a little, you sort of explore the boundaries of where you are. Okay, so really be mindful while you're breathing and moving. I would suggest for everybody to mute themselves, because we're going to breathe a lot, and maybe my chair makes a lot of noise. Maybe your chair does. I'm mentioning a chair. I've put up a chair, and it's really easy to do it on a chair. That makes it easy to practice everywhere. Like I have a special practice chair, which is really sturdy, and you can do handstand on it and whatever you want to do. But it doesn't have to be the same chair. It makes it easy to make the movements easier than on a mat sitting on a cushion, but you can do that. You can even, like there's a chair, that's a sort of a lounge chair. You can even do it on that chair. So it's easy to do it anywhere. You can easily adjust, and it's made up of 3 sequences. And you can easily do one sequence and then stop. You will find that even after the first sequence of movements and breathing, that you're more into your body. What we're using is we're using our arms and we are using the breath to and movement with the trunk to sort of use the pump function. Like when we use the arms like this, we're sort of using that pump to move the blood, to activate the bloodstream more, and to get more oxygen in the system, of course. It's really an easy, simple thinking. It's not something difficult to think about. It's just something that you do normally when you don't think about it. How to get warm, just move, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. You can stop after the first sequence. You can do the second. That's a different way of moving and breathing. I'll explain later. And then there's a last part. And the last part is to get out of your thinking, because when you notice, and when you're an advanced practitioner, you really notice that you are thinking a lot while you're moving and breathing, even when the moving and breathing is very much there. It just takes you, this last sequence takes you out of your head into your body, because there's only niceness there. There's only this feeling of your body that's alive. You just sit there and you breathe. I'll explain what rhythm of breathing it is. You don't make any effort to breathe in more or deeply or change anything about it. It's just the way it is, and you breathe in a certain rhythm. And a rhythm is not the same as tempo. Tempo is the how quick or how slow you breathe. The rhythm is very specific. It's like dancing. It's like a quick step, something like that, which is different than a waltz. Okay, so I'll explain later. The first sequence I explain when we go and sit on the chair. The second sequence is also 3 different breathing movements. And I'll explain here because it's really easy to see what I'm doing. What you do is you put your arms in a 60-degree angle, and your hands are like this. Your thumbs are pointing towards you, and your fingers are curled inwards. Okay, so I put my arms like this. It can be really fatiguing because you use a lot of muscles in your back. So you don't use your arm muscles a lot. And if you do, you'll probably get really tired before the end of the 2 minutes. Okay, so then you just lower the arms and you keep on breathing in the rhythm I'm just going to show you. So just lower the arms because we're not practicing already. The breathing that goes with this arm movement of position, you don't move the arms, it's just in that position. The breathing is like this. It's in and out in a fairly brisk way. And it's the in and out movement is the same. So normally we breathe in and we sigh out, or we purposefully breathe out for a longer period. But now it's the same. It's the same short breath in and short breath out. It's called the breath of fire. And it's going sort of like this. If you cannot do this, you can also open the mouth. Okay? I cannot do this because I get confused because I'm used to breathing in and out through the mouth. Okay, so you can always go like, it's not as good because when you breathe through the mouth, there's no tension, the right tension in where your diaphragm is. That's here the bottom part of your rib cage. If you go like this, there's something happening in the belly. It's protruding, like belly is coming forward and it's going in. And that's the only thing that you're doing. Now, I'm doing it fairly quick. You can do it like this. If that's the way you can do it, just do it like that, in that rhythm. But if you want to go faster, you can do it. Just find the pace that is really comfortable and doable for you. Realize or remember that we're going to do this for a couple of minutes. So if you go too fast, the first 20 or 30 seconds, you'll be fine. But then after a minute or so, it's getting hard. It's getting harder. Adjust the pace, okay? So that's what it looks like. And then you do like this, okay? Well, you can see what my nose is doing. If you feel it in the back of your throat, it's fine. The air just passes through the nose, and actually it passes through the same way as when you breathe in through the mouth. Only the first part is better. It's better to breathe through the nose because not only the air gets filtered, but there are several things and substances, or how do you call them? I'm not going into detail, but there's something happening in the body that has to do with being rested, although you're activating your system. Because that's what we're doing. We're activating the nervous system in a specific way. And it's well structured. You're always doing the same thing. It's never like, oh, today I'm gonna use my arms in a different way or breathe in a different way. It's this, and then you'll find that when you do this every day, the result is tells you something about how you are doing today, how your body is, how your mind is, etc. Then the last part, because that's really, it's easy, but you just have to remind yourself. The last sequence, also three exercises. So you repeat 3 times, or you repeat 2 times. And the breathing is like this. You can do it through the mouth. Now, I experienced this breathing a couple of years ago with a guy called Scott Schwenk. He's a really nice guy. He works online for, I think, Commune. And I just loved, or I hated this breathing at first, because you get really easily distracted. But because we did these 2 sequences already, that sort of gets you into that mode of feeling into the body, you're not easily distracted anymore. It's not that you're sitting still and doing this breathing and you don't feel your body. You feel your body, so you're rested. And then you do this breathing. Now you do this for 5 minutes, which you will probably encounter some resistance to that. Not the first time. It's easy, 5 minutes. Okay, I'll talk you a little bit through it, but I cannot do the exercise and talk at the same time. So I will stop. You don't stop, you just breathe in the same rhythm. And I will stop and tell you about what the time is. So you sort of, you know where you are. it's 3 times 5 minutes. So it's 15 minutes of breathing. I know for sure that you will be bored at some stage and that you will ask, like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? What's happening? Nothing's happening. Just follow the instructions. 5 minutes. And then I will tell you, okay, the last breath. So the last breath is out. And you will just sit with empty lungs for as long as you can. Okay? There is something I have to tell you about the second sequence. I forgot because it's a detail that you cannot overlook, and you have to respect what you're doing at the end of the exercise in the second sequence. And I mean this sequence with the breathing. Okay. What you do is you breathe in for the last time and you hold your breath. So you were busy like this, and then you breathe in and you hold your breath without any tension in the neck, without any tension in the face, and you drop your chin and you just sit there. And then you breathe out. That's actually a movement that we're gonna make in the first sequence too, after our exercise, after our movement. So every time we end up with breathing in, holding the breath, lifting the rib cage, just sitting there, observing what's happening, and then you breathe out in your own pace. Okay, so I think we have to go and practice because otherwise the time's up already. Let's see if I can make myself. Okay. Is this doable? Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay. Let's sit. How you sit on the chair is you sit in front, like you sit on the front edge of the chair, and you put your feet, or actually your ankles, right underneath the knee. So there's an angle, a 90-degree angle. If your chair is too high, then you might be like here, then you have to put something underneath your feet to get this 90-degree angle. If the chair is too low, then it's like this, and you have to put something underneath your buttocks. Okay. You just sit like this and feel your sits bones really making contact with the chair. Okay, and then really make an effort, like imagine that there's a string, like a rope from the top of your head, your crown, and someone pulls that rope, like really gently. So like you might sit like this with your trunk really on top of your liver. But if you just pull on your own crown, then you feel that you can easily lift up the rib cage in a gentle way. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our attention to the sacrum and just touch it, the back in the back, lower back, where just above the, how do you call that thing, the tailbone. Okay, and then when you breathe out, you're going to bring that sacrum backwards towards the seat of the chair. And when you breathe in, you're going to move it forwards. It's going to go up and forwards and down and backwards. So in, up and forward, and out, down and backwards. Just leave your hands on your legs and just move like this, in and out, and in and out. And we're going to do this in a tempo, in a pace that you find comfortable, and then you find if you can turn it up a little bit. So it's like this with the breathing, out and in, and out and in, and out and in. Don't worry about too much about the movement in the upper back. It just happens. It's about the movement of the sacrum, backwards and down and upwards and front. Just continue, because I'm gonna use my timer and see if we can adjust our movements to the time. We're gonna do 2 minutes. Find your pace. If you have any trouble with your glasses, I have to leave mine on because I have to see the time. I cannot without. So if you have glasses, you can, you might put them off and put them somewhere, because it's much easier and much nicer just to feel. 1 minute. If you've lost the breath, just go a little slower and pick it up where you can pick it up again. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you put up your hands in the air and you breathe in. You hold your breath. Lower the chin. Relax in the face, in the jaws. And then lower the arms again. So that was the first sequence of moving. Second one, we put the arms in a 90-degree angle like this. Like your elbows are on the height of your shoulders and the underarms or your forearms are perpendicular to the upper arms. It's called crab arms. It's like this puppet. Okay, so then you go to the left, you breathe in. You go to the right, you breathe out. And you do it in the same pace. Left in, right out. We're going to do 2 minutes again.
Okay.
One minute. Go slower if you really feel tired or you cannot do this as well as you want. Just go slower, but keep breathing in, left, right, out. Mouth closed, in through the nose, out through the nose, if you can. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you just breathe in, you lift your arms, you hold your breath in, you lower the chin, and you just relax the jaw, the face, the muscles of the face. You just observe. And then you breathe out. Feel the transition already. Like you're not where you were when you started. We didn't pay a lot of attention to our starting point. Normally, when you practice yourself, just give yourself a minute or so to sit. There's so many instructions that when you really know what to do, then you don't need the instructions anymore, and you just can feel how you start and where you end up. Okay, for the next movement, I'm going to turn my chair. What you do is you hold onto your chair with your right hand and you bring your left arm upwards where your ear and your upper arm meet. Okay. You inhale and you stretch that left side, and then you go to the right and you stay there. Now you inhale, and when your lungs are full, you just pull up the left rib cage while your lungs are full. So you don't breathe out. So it looks like this. Breathe in, and then you turn or you lift the left rib cage while your lungs are full and without breathing out. But of course, the oxygen level of oxygen drops. And then when you feel you have to breathe out, you stay there and you breathe in again. So deep breath in, pull up the left rib cage, stumbling over my tongue. That's it. And you just breathe and lift. We're going to do this for 1 minute. So you don't pull the arm, you use muscles in your core to lift up the left rib cage and make that pumping movement. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last breath in. Sit upright with your arm next to your ear, and then breathe out. And just notice the difference between left and right side. Feel the effect in your body of this movement, of the breathing. You can easily feel the difference between left and right side of the body. And that distinction or that difference tells us what happened. If nothing really happened, then maybe you should adjust the movement or the pace, or go a little bit further into the posture. Next, left arm, hold on to the chair. Right arm, bring it alongside the ear. Stretch on the inhale and breathe out. Move your body to the left. Breathe in and pull up your right rib cage. Without breathing out, without breathing actually, just keep the air in the lung. We do that for a minute. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, breathe deeply in. Come back to neutral, middle, and bring your arm down. And just observe. Maybe you can feel several sensations in the body, around the rib cage, in the shoulders, in the arms, in the head. Okay, last one. I'm going to turn the chair again because we're going to do a movement that looks a bit like the first movement, but is different. What we're going to do is you breathe out and you stretch the arms forward with the palms facing down. And when you stretch forward, the upper back goes backwards. You feel your navel pulling a little bit in, but you don't make an effort to do that. Then you sort of pull like you're rowing. You pull the arms back, the elbows back to the back body on the in-breath. And that's what you do. A little bit quicker. So out. And you make the same movement with the sacrum, sort of the same, but it's not the same. So find your pace. Out, arms forward, stretched forward, in, pull the arms backwards. Just let the head drop forward when you breathe out. Just let the head move in a natural way when you're moving with your trunk and your arms like this. Take your time to get adjusted or to adapt to what you're moving, what you're feeling in the movement. And then you can easily adjust when you don't like what you're feeling. As you practice this more and more, you will get stronger, and the 2 minutes will just pass really quickly, and then you will go for more, and then you will have a different effect. You can also go for 30 seconds or 1 minute, but I would recommend you to go slower and do the 2 minutes. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you breathe in and you lift the arms. You hold the breath in. You drop the chin. You relax the face. You relax the jaws. And then you breathe out and you lower the arms. Now feel again the difference. How do you feel at this moment? How do you feel in your body? What do you feel in the body? Because how do you feel is it can be sort of a judgment, or it can be something that you are sort of emotionally involved with. Just notice what you notice without giving it any words. We're going straight through to the breathing, the breath of fire. Bring the arms in an angle of 60 degrees. Fold the fingers and turn the thumbs towards you. We're going to do this also for 2 minutes. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out and let go. Breathe briskly in and briskly out. One minute. Remember, drop the arms if you get really tired, but stay with the breathing rhythm, and just lower the pace a little bit if you cannot hold on to it. Don't try to get hold on to it or to hold on to the pace. Just leave it. Go to the comfortable. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Lower the chin. Let go of the tension. And breathe out. You know what's tricky? Like, I used to do this, or not, like over a week ago, I did this every day. And now I haven't done it for a whole week, and I haven't been in the best health the last couple of days. So I practice from remembering what I did. So I actually found that my pace was too quick for what I am feeling now in my body. So I'm going to adjust it and find the exact right pace. Okay, second round. Let go of the tension in the breathe out. And then start. This way of breathing is really good to get rid of all your habitual patterns. So if you're sort of had a resolution, New Year's resolution, you can use this to help your New Year's resolution and in a success story. Last 10. Last deep breath in. Hold your breath, lower the chin. For the sake of being a little bit in a time restricted space, we're going to do the last breathing, last breath of fire, 1 minute. And then you raise your arms, and then you open your hands. So your thumbs are facing backwards, and you just open your hands to receive whatever you wanna or you're willing to receive. And that's the last round. So Okay, breathe in, out, and let go of any tension. Breathe in and start. Last 5 seconds. Breathe out, breathe deeply in. Hold the breath. Observe, notice, just be with it without any strain or effort. And let go. Just enjoy the moment for a bit, and I'm gonna move towards the screen for the last part. If you wanna sit on a cushion now, you can. And otherwise, just stay seated on your chair. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next phase of this sequence. 3 rounds, 5 minutes. You breathe in, breathe slowly out, and let go of any tension, any effort whatsoever. 2 short breaths in and 1 out. You can go slower, you can go quicker, whatever you find most comfortable. Might I suggest that you focus more on the out breath than on the in breath? Focus, I mean, just notice what happens there and try to relax in that phase of the breathing. I've done 2 minutes. Try to breathe out fairly quickly, not too quick, but don't breathe out in a long out breath. Don't control it too much. Relax your shoulders, relax the muscles of the face, the jaw. Remember the crown and how you pull up the crown a little bit to give the lungs space. To elongate the spine. Just feel what's happening. Feel the breath and let the breath just take over. More and more you become the breath, the movement of the breath, the pace of the breath. Everything about the breath is you at this moment. The more you just notice the sensations and be with the sensations, the more time and space will disappear. We've passed the 1.5 minutes. Last minute. Really be with the breath and the sensations that come with this breath. Now prepare for the last 10 seconds to just watch the out breath and relax in the out breath. Last breath in, breathe out and stay there. If you want to breathe in, you just breathe in and hold your breath for 10-15 seconds before breathing out. If you can, you're still relaxed enough. Just focus on being relaxed all the time. Just give in. Just let go. We're going to stay with 1 minute. So you breathe in now. Hold your breath. Lower the chin. Relax into this posture and only feel the tension in the rib cage. And then breathe out. Just slowly breathe that in and out a couple of times. We're going to go for the second round. Okay, we're starting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let any tension go, any effort whatsoever. And start. It's all about the experience. You feel a yawn coming up, just yawn into the pace, into what you're doing, the rhythm of the breath, and just follow that rhythm. Don't let yourself distract. First minute. If you feel any sensations, tingling in the head, light in the head, just observe. There's nothing that can go wrong. It's just something that can happen. Don't worry about it. Just observe. Halfway there. Stay with the breath. Stay with the rhythm. For the last minute, really become the breath and just let go of any effort. Go effortless. As if you are the breath, if you are the pace, the rhythm, you are the breath. Last time, 2 times in, twice in, 1 time out, and stay. You have enough oxygen in your blood for 1.5 minutes as soon as you think you have to breathe. Just let go. Let go of where you are. Let go of all the tension. Just let go of everything. Just be here. So if you want to breathe in, you can. Just breathe in really deep and hold your breath for 10, 15 seconds. Then breathe out slowly. If you can, stay with it. Just relax in it. Focus on letting go. Letting go completely. Now, we all breathe in really deeply. Hold the breath, lower the chin, relax. And breathe out. Feel. Notice what you're feeling. Notice the sensations in the body. Notice what's happening in your mind. Feel how your mind is calmer. And the thoughts seem to have fallen like leaves, just resting on the ground of your mind. Last round. Breathe in, breathe out, and start. Return to start to become the breath more and more, to become the rhythm, to become the pace. Don't worry about anything. Just observe and notice the sensations that are happening, the sensations that you are aware of. Just become the breath. Start noticing the short moment of having breathed out. So without being with air. After the breathing out, start noticing that moment from now on. Join me in this last minute. Just relax into it. Relax into every phase, every part of the breathing. Last 3 breaths in and out. And the last one, the third one, just stay with the out breath.
Bel je zo terug, ja?
Stay with the sensations. As long as you can. When you have to breathe in, breathe in. When you can go a little further, go a little further. Not by focusing on the tension, but by letting go. Just stay there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in deeply. Hold your breath. Drop the shoulders, drop the chin. And just let go. Just sit there for a moment. Notice all the sensations. Notice the thoughts. Just breathe normally, comfortably. Just sit as you are. Just bringing the attention to yourself and how you sit. Bringing the attention to this moment, where you are now. Simply let go of all the tension in the body and the mind. Letting go of the muscle tension. Just letting go. And then gradually bring your attention to your breath. Feel the stream of the breath and how it touches your nose, how it touches your nostrils. The breath flow in and out of the nose. Through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathe in and out without any effort and without any pause whatsoever. The end of the in-breath, your attention is drawn already to the out-breath. And at the end of the out-breath, your attention goes to the beginning of the in-breath. No pause, just the breath flowing effortlessly in and out. You are aware of that and that only. Just be with the stream and the flowing of the breath. Feel how the attention and the stream of the breath become one flow. Uninterrupted, ever going. Just be. And for the next minute, just make this resolution. Decide to not be interrupted by anything whatsoever for 1 minute. Just your breath and the flow of the breath. And a minute starts now. without interrupting the stream of the breath and your attention. Just slowly open your eyes and sit there. Feel where you are now. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the calmness of your mind. Feel what's going on in the body. Just feel whole. Maybe make a resolution to return to this once in a while or every day a couple of times. Just observing the breath and the flow of the breath without any interruptions. And not to be distracted for a minute. It will make a huge difference in the rest of your life. Okay. Okay, deep breath in and a sigh out. If you want to move, you move. Move whatever you want and however you want. Thank yourself for your practice and for being here and practicing with me. Always thank yourself in the end, and then just go and do whatever you want to do and what you have to do. If there's somebody here that wants to react or say something about their experience, it's been one of a kind, because when you're interrupted in your practice by noises and sounds, and especially the telephone is like a really big sound, it's really nice to practice actually with that and to notice what's happening in your mind and to notice what's happening in your body, what's happening with your concentration and being there in the moment. When you really evolve in this practice, you can easily do this and not be disturbed. And you can do this everywhere, like even on a party or where there's big traffic and lots of noise from the neighbors. And because all the sensations are already there in the body, and you just become whole, you become everything that's there. You become the space that gives way to the sounds, or that gives birth to the sounds whatsoever. So it's really nice that we got this gift today. It's not what I meant to happen, of course, but it's really nice to practice with it. Is there anyone that wants to say anything? I'm just going to stop the recording maybe first, just to